this is my Vespa 250 GTS. This is my new delivery vehicle. If you've been following my channel, you know I have tried a number of vehicles to find the right fit for doing deliveries. And when I mean the right fit, I mean being profitable. So if you have a car, I don't know how you're profitable right now. So this GTS can keep up with traffic. It gets about 75 miles to the gallon and is big enough it can actually go on the freeway. So a couple of things, I'm going to talk about my setup. I've had a bunch of people ask me about my delivery bag. How secure is it? How did I secure it? And I'm going to go over the couple of different ways that you can secure a bag onto your delivery scooter. I mean, I have a big scooter. You can have, a 50cc scooter. This should work for basically anything out there. So I want to start off with the ideal. So this bag, I got it on Amazon. It was $50. And for what I got, the price, well worth the money. So this is actually a bike delivery bag. You'll notice there's straps on all four sides and there's a handle here. So these straps just go around my rack on the bottom and back up and then just snug it down on all sides. So that's the ideal, but I wanted a little extra. So I got a bungee cord from this handle all the way over here. And that just added a little more rigidability. Wow, good word. So this way I knew it wasn't gonna fall off.
I think it gives it a little something extra, don't you think?
So the only thing about this bag that I didn't like is the Velcro. So this Velcro is junk. I mean, it's in the wrong place. Wind catches it, this lid just flies up. So I had to find a solution for that. And the low-tech solution is really simple. Bungee cord. So I bungee cord around here and then I'll snug it down like right there. Basically creating like this little almost rubber band around the whole thing. Okay, so when I'm doing delivery.
That's the frothiest space in the valley right now. Nobody understands it, but everybody wants in.
I just pop this off and it'll hang, open that up, get my food, pop that there, get my drinks out of here, food, drink, done. Oh, so you're probably wondering about this. So this was an idea that I got from Yogi Steve. If you haven't been watching Yogi Steve, Electric Scooter Academy. So what this is when DoorDash was passing out these pizza bags, and they have pizza bags on Amazon too, so you can pick up one for cheap, like $9.99 or whatever. I'll again post a link if you want to pick one up. So what I did was, you open this up, there's a bunch of old bags in there, crumpled up. So it's kind of like a pliable pillow, if you will. So I do have a drink holder in there. I don't know if you can see that there. And what I do is I put the drink in and then I take this, I'll fluff it up and then I smush it down in there like that. That keeps it, basically it holds that drink in place. And then I put my food in here, close this up, flip that over, and I am on my way. So the other good thing about this too, so if you've ever delivered a McDonald's bag or Starbucks, they give you one bag, you know there's drinks and food in there. You don't want to move around. So what I do is, again, I use this bag, I'll put the bag in here, and then I take this and I'll smudge it like in between so the bag sits nice and tight there. I've never had a drink spill, I've never had any problems. So that is the ideal setup for my delivery bag. So now the other thing is, let's say you have this bag, right? No. So this is the bag I started off with. This is a bicycle bag. They're about $80 from DoorDash. So how I secured this before I got this bag is with this. So I put this on the rack, right? And then I got some, what are they called? Wow.
Do we look like we're senile and can't remember anything?
Zip ties. And I zip tied this securely to the rack. So it might move a little bit, but it ain't going anywhere. And then what I did was I took this, plopped it on here like that, right? And then I took bungee cords and I bungee corded from like here up to this pocket and I pulled it down. And I did that twice on each side, okay? And that held it in place. And it never went anywhere. I was able to carry pretty much anything. The only thing I didn't like about this setup is their bags are rear loading. And I don't like rear loading bags, so that's why you'll see I cut the top off this. And I made it a top loading bag. So again, a little modification to get it to do what I wanted it to do. So this is kind of the first way I started. So this works, this method works for pretty much any vehicle. You just want to make sure this is secure because the bottom of this box is pretty soft. There's a little, I want to say a little cardboard thing in the bottom, but it's not as sturdy as something like this. So this, in case you're wondering, is just off of a shelf from Walmart. So you can get these, I think they're like $14. They're like the little 4 shelf cubicles that snap together. And if you want to make it more secure, just layer 2 on top, throw your zip ties on there, and it is not going anywhere. I have never had any problems with any kind of delivery. Just to give you a quick rundown of my setup. So yours is probably gonna be different if you have a Ruckus or if you have something else. So I have a Vespa, so a windscreen helps me out because it does get cold here and that cuts the wind because the wind is your enemy in the wintertime. Summertime, I don't mind a little shield. Again, it just keeps the wind off of my chest and my arms. Thermal scud here. What this does is, again, keeps the wind off my legs for the most part. Got a little key entry there. And the good thing about having a liquid cooled Vespa is it has vents here and under here. And what happens is if I stop at a stop sign, if I'm sitting there for a minute at a red light, these vents will come on and blow warm air on my legs. So it also has a little pocket here. You can see, keeps my seat from getting wet if it rains. So I also have these bad boys. I just had these hanging around. They're nothing special. They're just fur lined. And honestly, on a day like today, it's 30 degrees. I had on some really light knit gloves in here and my hands were super warm. So that's my setup. This is how I deliver in the winter time. I hope you enjoyed my little tidbit on how to set up a delivery box. Either one will work perfectly fine. Like I said, I've never had any problems with this. Definitely pro tip on the pizza bag with the plastic bags. That will change your life, I'm telling you. Anyway, this is Tim from Ride with Tim, and hopefully we'll be delivering soon, probably after the holidays. Anyway, have a good one, and goodbye.